And so this is a way for us to break the ice and get you introduced. So we would love to have a warm introduction, a profile of you in our startup manual. We also have this startup manual available digitally, so it's with them on their iPad or their cell phone, which we'll get to in a second. And we would like to have these in our break room. The break room is another great place where it just soaks in as they're eating lunch or making a cup of coffee to have your information available to them.
You guys, I will make these up for people in your market. Haynes is going to send me the template. He put in a couple of our lines. This is cool that he at least.
Yeah, we just made it.
They just, you know, this is just a scale.
Oh.
And we can make that, if you send your bio and a picture,
We can do that.
then we'll get you that. And then he takes it from there. You'll be in his book. You can put it in his salons. You can put when you're available. Like this mock-up here said, I'll be in the salon on Tuesdays from 3 to 5 o'clock. He will promote that. Hey, even if you're not working, this is the time you need to come in because that's when Randy's going to be there, showing all the different things that we're doing.
Do you have classroom space available?
Great question. We make classroom space available as often as we have it. So in our locations that are 100% full, it's a challenge. In our locations, whenever there's a vacant studio available, it is open to you at any time. And I know this sounds self-serving, but it doesn't have to be for our stylists. If you need class space for 3 or 4 people who are hands-on, because we have shampoo bowls and mirrors and electricity, just let us know. All the better if our stylists are welcome, but they're available anytime.
What's the square footage of your studios?
We offer 3 sizes. I would say the small size would take a class of 3 or 4, and then our large size, which we call a double, you could get 15 or 17 folks in there. So it just depends on what's available. So just rapidly trying to move through this a little quicker. To Pete's point, the 2 things that I think have made the biggest difference in working with consultants is we would like to make a warm introduction at our location. So if you're interested, I would like for you to, or encourage you to come to the location with the Sola operator and get introduced to every stylist at the location. It doesn't matter whether they carry your lines or not. We want you to be a part of our community and be welcome in the location. And we know once the stylist is introduced to you, it kind of just takes all the anxiety down. The second sort of tangible example, which we touched on, and again, it's certainly up to you, we're just going to give you some best practices feedback, is if you see enough opportunity in one of our locations, think about business hours. We have gone sort of round and round on some different ideas over the years, but we have found that this one is getting the most traction. Even stylists on their day off are now coming by for 15 minutes knowing that their consultant's there, and they can either make an order or arrange for an education class or whatever the case may be. That consistency seems to be very important. If we have a studio available, you're welcome to set up in the studio. We have Wi-Fi service, we have a microwave and refrigerator if you want to take time to have lunch or answer emails while you're there. And then if we're full, you're certainly welcome to set up in the break room and have that give and take with the stylist.
I need to add this because the opportunity, Haynes, right?
Yes.
Haynes is offering you guys is amazing. There's somebody I know out of Chicago bills $2 million a year. The majority of his business is going to these types of salons. He sets up in the classrooms that you're talking about, like when it's available, or he does his own dinners. So he's got like a group of, 15, 20 people at a time. Again, for somebody to do $2 million in billing, I would imagine all of you are like, that's pretty nice. And he does it from the Sola Salon system. This is an incredible opportunity. This is awesome for you guys. And Dean's sharing all this information.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and like I say, we're going to have more and more locations across the state of Florida. So quickly, education classes, this is a big push for us going forward. I would say the first 10 years of Sola's history has been about storm the beaches, get as many locations open as you can, start to get stylists in the industry understanding what we're about. I think we've largely accomplished that. And the second phase we're in now is bringing a lot more programs and services to the stylist. And so opportunities like this are big for us. We would love to schedule education classes that make sense for you and your brands. In our newer locations, as we go through the lease-up phase, and that typically takes 6 to 12 months for us to find the right stylist for what we think Sola is about, we welcome you to have a display room if you're interested. Think of it as a mini showroom or an office where you can meet new stylists as they come in and share with them your lines, your programs. You can have it there as simple as you want it, just a business card in the window, or you can put up banners, you can put product on the shelves, however you want to merchandise your lines and what you want to bring to the table. We are here to help. We communicate with our stylists all the time. Again, they view us as a bit of a gatekeeper on what's high quality enough to get to them. We don't just allow every event to be promoted or every brand to be promoted, and God forbid every credit card processor to be promoted. So we have that ability to get in front of them for the things we believe in and the shows we believe in. Let us help you get your lines promoted and your events promoted. We have made a big push in the last 6 months for digital platforms to support the startup manual and the bulletin boards in the break room. So this you're going to hear a lot more about this in the coming months. We're calling it Sola Pro, which is short for Sola Professional, and this is the platform for the industry and our stylists to communicate. So the idea behind Sola Pro is for us to promote industry education, for us to promote brand promotions and seasonal promotions, and online education. So as Pete was just saying, if you have an education event in your market, call us. We will get it onto our website. It is broken down by region around the country. There's a southeast region. Someday Florida will be big enough to be its own market, but we will get your events promoted to our stylists through that website. There's basically, when you call this up, there's 3 buttons on the Sola Pro screen for the stylist. One is events, the next one is brands. So for your brands, we would love to have your profile sheets, marketing sheets for each brand. The cool thing about this site is it is not just a link. It is your actual, or your brand's actual imagery, whatever way they want to present themselves, that's how it's going to look on our website. It can simply be a promotional sheet, or it can change by season, if there's a summer promotion or holiday promotion or whatever. And then finally, the third button is for education videos. Some of those are proprietary to Sola. Some of them we hope are great content from your brands, which you and I should talk more about. And then some of it is just great business education that we source from third parties and put out there.
Are you finding that your stylists are participating, going to your site?
It's a great, so the first half of the year, we were only available on the Apple platform. Our app was just launched for the Android platform in July, but the engagement is high. But in fairness, more of our stylists are coming on every day now that we have the Android platform. The interesting thing for us is between the activity on our website, we have a really active blog on our website, which is mostly how-to tips and business practices for stylists, and Sola Pro. The primary time of engagement is 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. And the takeaway for me is it reinforces what you're trying to do. It allows you to work when you don't want to be working, right? If we can get you connected with us through these tools, you're in front of the stylist when they want to interact with you, but you probably want to be doing something else. So yeah, the engagement level is picking up dramatically. The other thing I just wanted to let you, we have a really robust website. Again, this is not directly tied to you, but making you aware of the fact that our stylists can do a full biographical profile of herself on our website. She can profile all of her services, hours, prices, and almost an unlimited number of photos about her, her studio, the line she carries, and before and after type photos. So again, as you spend time with these stylists in a more consultative role, it's what are all the ways she can think about in building her business. This will link to any other thing. If she has her own website, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, all of it gets linked through this site. You can also link directly to her scheduling or booking system. I think this is the final one, is we have launched what we're calling the Sola Sessions this year. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe not, but it is an education class or show just for Sola stylists. It moves around the country. We're doing 4 a year, anywhere from 300 to 400 stylists. It's half a day of business education and half a day of hair and beauty education. We've done them in Minneapolis, Denver, Orange County is, I think in 2 weeks, Orange County, California. And then Charlotte is the last one of the year, and it's my understanding Florida will be the first one of 2017. And that's something else you and I should talk about, is how to get your brands. And I don't know the lineup for Charlotte, what brands you want to have get on the list for education. So this one has been neat to see. Really, the brands have gotten very excited about getting their artists in front of our stylists.
Again, these guys aren't going away. This is the most professional of all of the suites, and that they want to be part of us. I think it's a really unique opportunity, and I'm really happy we got this relationship started. And I do think we can help him. I mean, you guys all know the business, and you know some of these poor girls just, they don't know where they're, how to take that next step forward. And some of us have been in the industry for 30 plus years. We can help them. So he's smart to allow us in and to give us a little foot in. And I think for you guys, it's going to help your business quite a bit. So I would, start with number one. Get your profiles. Let's get that set up. Meet the manager or the general managers of each of these locations. They will actually take you in and introduce you to those people that you never get introduced to, and start with some education in a Sola, whether it's, just a small color class from one of our brands or whatever it is. Just get your foot in there, because it's a golden opportunity for all of us.
Heather Seyfert is our other big operator in Florida. She's Palm Beach County up to Daytona. And she has this down to a science. Frankly, she's better at it than my team is. We have a lot to learn from her, but she is very good at the warm introductions.
And Chris and Heather are good together.
Right.
And she
Chris,
opened in Vero now.
And Chris has
Yes.
made some of those $500 sales. You come in with a milkshake, $4.99 best, product intro, or rusk, this, and this. If you're organized and you're the person there, and you show them the opportunities we have with that $500 start, and you're the person there, they're going to get it from you. And the way that goes is we have kind of an account with Heather where she pays for it, and then we ship the product in, and it's a nice thing.
For sure.
Do you want a bone? Do you want a bone?